Hey y'all, it is September the 19th, 2019, and y'all, what we're going to attempt to do right now is we're going to attempt to go through a news blitz like you would not even believe, all right? I want to tell you something. We're a little bit on time constraints for real right now because I have some things to do before I go to work. And there's some things that I did earlier. And what that did was it made us have extreme time constraints. I want to let you know before we go through this news blitz, this might as well just be a preview to tomorrow's upload, because I want to let you know that the news we're about to cover, it's been building up for a few days because I haven't been able to get on because of time constraints. All right. But I want to let you know that we could easily cover this news and rant about this news for easily 3-4 hours. And the thing is, those of y'all who know me, you know that I can talk straight without hardly breathing for about 3 or 4 hours. You know I could do it, and I might do something similar tomorrow in which we cover these news events to great length, all right? But like I said, we're going to news blitz just about as fast as we can. We're going to go over this news item. Triple O operator spoken to after asking if caller allegedly being attacked was an idiot. Okay, we're going to go over that towards the end of this video as much detail as we can. All right, but just suffice it to say, oh, you think the police are going to come and save your life at a moment's notice? No, it's not even possible. And then secondly, they might call you an idiot for even asking. All right, we're going to go over that towards the latter part of this video. But like I said, we got so many things to cover. Now, a lot of people, they were asking me, and I tried to give them the best advice of how to find it, of why it is that I was banned off my other channel. Just real briefly, this is why. You're looking at it right now. YouTube thinks I'm a hater. Personally, I don't hate anybody in the world. Everybody deserves justice. That has to include myself, but I love everybody. All right. So I don't hate anybody, but YouTube keeps claiming that I do. Why? Because people keep flagging me over it. This is one of the recent strikes that I got. At the top, you got shameless American harasses David Hogg, all right? And so you get a strike for that. You don't talk about David Hogg, not at all right? Even if it's sarcastic, even if you're claiming David Hogg is someone worth standing up for, all right? Then this recent strike was they want them and they will stop at nothing. I was talking about your guns, all right? They're going to stop at nothing. They're hateful individuals, and they're going to take it no matter what, no matter if they have to leave you cold dead on the floor. They're going to try to take your guns. That's what they're trying to do. They've been doing it for a long, long time. All right. And when I said they, I actually didn't single out anybody. I just said people. Like, if a criminal shows up at your front door and he wants to rob you, well, guess what? He's going to want to take your guns too. Why? Because that's a threat to him. All right. That's called criminality. All right. So they was just speaking in general. These people want to take your guns and probably your life. I did not single out anybody, but I'm a hateful individual. Okay. I wanted to show y'all this. We're just going to run through this news blitz like you wouldn't believe. All right. Does AR and AR-15 stand for assault rifle? This was by Snopes.com. You're so legitimate authority on fact checking. All right. Everybody and their mama knows that AR does not stand for assault rifle. That is stupid. That is unbelievably stupid. All right. But Snopes covered it just recently because they're unbelievably stupid. All right. Records. 37 arrested, indicted on child sex crimes in Bexar County. Where's Bexar County? That's where San Antonio is located, you guys. All right. If you didn't know, it's pronounced Bexar County. All right. It means the land of the bees or something like that. 37 indicted on child sex crimes. These people need to face justice, and I mean swift and to the full extent of the law, and we need to actually create laws to make our justice even more swifter and harder for these people. I'm here to tell you. All right, America's first gay credit union gets a green light from Michigan, I want you to take a moment to think, what the hell is that? What even is that? What is that, you guys? What even in the hell is that? All right. Does that need to exist? I'm here to tell you, you can read the article you want from Yahoo News if you want to. No, it does not need to exist. That is incredible. All right. And by the way, we're all up in the tribulation. I just wanted to mention that. That's why this news is pouring in like you wouldn't even believe. I can't even cover all the news. I'm here to tell you. All right. This right here, that might seem hateful to y'all. It seems very hateful to me. I have covered it before. Unfortunately, I got to say, not all Muslim folks celebrate this, what's called Muharram. All right. But if you look it up, if you type in Muharram on Google, it'll show you all sort of beautiful pictures and stuff about how Islam is so peaceful. All right. But if you type in Muharram blood, you're going to see all sort of grotesque pictures that you did not never want to see, like people cutting open babies' heads. All right. I didn't make that up. That's not Photoshop. This is on drudgereport.com. Muslims festival sees children left covered in blood as devout use knives to slice open the heads of everybody, to include their little babies. All right. You might have a problem with that. Here's the thing, before we move on, the most victimized people in the world from Muslim extremists, guess what, are fellow Muslims. All right. So I'm here for those Muslims who don't believe that way. I'm here for them, and I love everybody. All right. But I would hope that they stop getting their babies' heads cut open in the streets. All right. Nurse accused of killing infants to stand trial in San Antonio. Oh man. So I don't know, dude. I'm confused from day to day whether or not killing infants is a bad thing. I don't know, because in some states it's actually legal and they celebrate it. All right. So is this nurse guilty? I'm not sure. All right. Of course, she has to go to trial and everything, but is she a bad person for killing infants? According to certain states, I don't know. But here's the thing. I'm here to tell you. Killing babies is wrong. Killing people is wrong, all right? Especially killing babies. And that's what happens in San Antonio. That lady's about to stand trial. Who knows if she's guilty. Texas mass shooting averted. Police able to find man after, I don't know, they did something and they found this guy before he mass shot up everybody here in Texas. Allegedly. I don't know anything about it, and like I said, we're running through this news like madmen, like chickens with our heads cut off. All right, so I don't even have time to go over it. If they did avert a mass shooting, God bless them. And these mass shootings are being hyped up by the media. They're basically being manufactured by the media. The media basically is influencing all sort of psycho people out there to want to shoot up everybody. It's directly the fault of the mass media, and they're to blame. All right. 9 elementary school students sent to the ER after inadvertently eating weed candy. Guess what? That could be dangerous. All right. You eat one of those gummy bears as a grown adult, just one of those, and it will put you on your ass, dude. You will be lying down on the ground. You will not be able to get up. These children accidentally ate them. These are little small children who did. All right. Guess what? That became a huge problem. Parkland dad who lost daughter in shooting warns that schools across America are vulnerable. Here's the thing. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions. God bless you. If you disagree with me, I appreciate you and I love talking to you. All right. It's not a problem. However, I got to say, even though me and Andy Pollock don't agree on everything, we really don't. The way he's standing up for the Second Amendment is just how I'd want him to stand up for the Second Amendment, because nobody was there to protect his daughter, allegedly. And, I would be mad about it too. I would want someone to protect my children up in the school. All right. So Andy Pollock, he said, hey, how about we don't get rid of all of our guns? And how about we actually protect our children instead of whining, crying, and complaining about it? So thank you, Andy Pollock. I got to say, man, I've said some bad things about Andy Pollock, but thank you. I personally thank you for standing up for our rights. Former Stoneman Douglas administrator retires early while under investigation. Let me tell you something. If anybody cared at all about Parkland and all the children who allegedly got shot, if you cared at all, if you had any sort of caring at all, you would research where the heck Jeffrey Morford should have been during the incident and what he did not do during the incident, and it'll make you sick to your stomach. And then you'll think to yourself, why doesn't the mass media cover this to no end? Oh, that's because they seem to like this. They seem to like this whole thing. And so they're going to sweep that under the rug and never talk about Jeffrey Morford, even though he's the number one person you should be thinking about during that whole incident, all right? Twitter explodes after Popeyes announces bring your own bun. And this happened a while back. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't even believe it. Popeyes ran out of freaking buns, and everybody's fighting each other and shooting each other and threatening to rob people over this Popeyes chicken sandwich. I never had one, don't even want one, not in my whole life. All right, the point is where they told everybody, hey, we ran out of buns, you want to bring your own buns? Dude, I'll never ever go to a restaurant that tells me to bring my own buns. Oh my god, I would slap people in the face if they told me to bring my own buns. All right, you had to be a miserable individual. You had to be so desperate in your life to bring your own buns to a restaurant, all right? I mean, I'll just leave it at that. A French worker died after sex on a business trip. His company is liable. I don't know what the hell kind of company that is or why they'd be liable for that. That's flabbergasting. All this news that I'm sharing with you is totally flabbergasting and over the top. We could spend hours and hours and hours just ranting about it like Alex Jones, just over and over with these flabbergasting stories. And meanwhile, we can only spend about a minute on each one. It's amazing. We're all up in the tribulation, you guys. Presidential candidate Andrew Yang will give $1,000 a month. Oh my God. Every one of these candidates on the Democratic side is a complete, absolute failure and an embarrassment to Americans and American history. All right. Andrew Yang did not only promise $1,000 to 10 families as a shameless kind of publicity stunt, but he also said we should offer Americans, every American voter, we should offer them 100 democracy dollars. And just to be real brief, what that means, and it sounded retarded when he said it, all right? I couldn't help but laugh my A off when he said it. But what he means is we should take tax dollars, we should take our hard-earned tax dollars and give them to ignorant voters who don't want nothing but handouts and free gimme stuff, and they'll get the $100 and they'll give it back directly to corrupt politicians who are head over heels in love with publicity stunts. That's what he meant. All right, Beto O'Rourke on your guns. Hell yes, we're going to take your guns. Hell yes, we're going to take your rights. Hell yes, America, he wants to burn it down to the ground. All right, just plain and simple. All right, I don't know how much more simpler to put it. This guy is basically a terrorist. As the thunder rolls, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's raining outside here in San Antonio. Stuff's really heating up. All right, Swedish rapper, you might remember, I think it was Sweden or some such country in which A$AP Rocky just got arrested for literally defending himself. And then Donald Trump had to come to the rescue and get him out of jail, or else they were going to keep him in jail for like 2 years over defending himself. All right, period. That's what I saw on the tapes. All right, so Swedish rapper calls for all white people to be shot. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no, that's not racist. Oh yeah, that's not crazy. Teens are anxious and depressed after 3 hours a day on social media. Yeah, we don't have time to read this MIT technology review, you guys. We don't really have time to read it, but I can tell you this. I drive home from work every day, and a lot of times I drive by high school students, and I see them at their bus stops. All right, real briefly, they are the most depressed people that I've ever seen in my life. All right, and I'm talking about every single one of the bus stops. I'm not talking about, I'm not singling out certain people. I'm talking about every last student that I see at these bus stops looks like the most depressed person that I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not talking about on just one day. I'm talking about every day they look like that. They look like depressed zombies. All right, they look like they're standing at the bus stop waiting to take them to the goo gulags, all right? That is exactly what they look like. They look like depressed zombies to the point where you should be very scared by that. I'm very scared by that. Ultra bad flares, fireworks, and fighting with riot police. Incredible photos show violent world of football hooligans and diehard ultras. I'm sorry, I just thought that was funny, all right? And that's terrible, but you know what? That's been going on for a while, and that is terrible, and I'm sorry about that. Hot Mike catches Marianne Williamson slamming liberals. What does it say that conservatives are nicer to me? And I saw it where she said that, and she was being very sincere. She was like, "What is it that my political enemies are so much more polite to me than the people who I'm actually supporting?" All right, and what she means is liberals, the liberal left, and it's all ironic, and that doesn't even make sense. But that's what they're calling those people. They're actually monsters, and they want to take away everybody's rights, and they don't care how nasty and disgusting they are, even to the politicians that support them, like Marianne Williamson. And she came to that conclusion. She took an ultimate red pill just recently, and she realized, hey, conservatives disagree with her on everything, but and still they'll be polite to you, and they'll have manners and stuff like that. That's what she realized the hard way. I'm glad Brett was confirmed Blasey Ford's father supported. If you even remember this crazy psycho lady who got up and lied in front of everybody, and it was proven that she's a proven liar. All right, even her own father said, "I'm glad that Kavanaugh was confirmed because my daughter is a freaking liar." All right, and this one's just absurd. I thought we'd take a real quick look at this one. Dad buys his daughter, 26, a swimsuit with his face on it to stop men from looking at her on the beach. I'm looking at her body right now, and guess what? Men are not going to be looking at her all that long on the beach, I'm here to tell you. All right, so this is a publicity stunt, and a disgusting one at that. You would never catch me dead putting my face on my daughter's swimsuit like that. That is absurd. That is disgusting. That is a nasty, disgusting publicity stunt if I ever seen one. And no, people are not looking at your daughter very much on the beach, sir. I'm here to tell you. FDA finds cancer-causing carcinogens in popular heartburn. Drugs, ed tech. I'm here to tell you, man, these heartburn medications, what they are is a Band-Aid on cancer. The reason that you have heartburn is because your digestive system has been totally wrecked, all right, to no end. This is the reason why. And this little pill that you're taking and stuff, in order to put a Band-Aid on it, all that's going to do is give you cancer, all right? It's full of carcinogens. Oh, man, is that a surprise to you? I don't know. Pittsburgh doctor claims Antonio Brown, who's a president who I barely even know who that is. He has a funny mustache. All right, Pittsburgh doctor claims, I couldn't even believe this, y'all. Antonio Brown repeatedly farted in his anyways, he owes him $11,500, and he like, all right, something a little bit more serious. Millions of U.S. women say first sexual experience was rape. I gotta hope these millions of ladies are lying about that. I really, really gotta hope. And I just gotta let you know, a rape is something that I would never ever dream of doing. And everybody who's a rapist should be put to the gallows, dude. I'm tired of them. I'm so tired of them. If they get proven to be a rapist, all right, they should be put to justice, and I'm talking about quick, fast, and in a hurry. But they do have to be proven to be a rapist. It can't just be hearsay, people are accusing, because people are accusing all over the place, to the point of millions of people are just accusing people wildly of raping them and stuff, and that's terrible. That's equally as terrible. Sinead O'Connor says she's always been a Muslim, but didn't realize it. Sinead O'Connor is probably one of the most delusional people you'll ever hear about in your life and stuff like that. I don't know what the heck she means by that, and nor do I care, but that is absurd and hilarious, all right? Masked thieves target warehouse for expensive wigs and hair extensions. Let me tell you something. Expensive wigs and hair extensions, people have been getting killed over that sort of stuff for years and years now. Because guess what, man? It's a big issue in certain communities. I'm not going to say which ones, but in certain communities, they go for top dollar, and you will get murdered for them, all right, if you're not careful. If you're selling wigs and hair extensions, let me tell you something. Don't worry about calling the police. You need to get strapped strapped. You need to get all sort of rights, and you need to get gun rights and stuff like that, and protect the crap out of yourself, because you will get murdered for that. Cheerleaders on probation after holding up a MAGA sign. Why? Because people hate America. That's why. These wholesome cheerleaders, I don't know if I have a picture of it. I don't think I have a picture of it right now, but you can find it if you Google it. These cheerleaders were put on probation. Why? For supporting America, for supporting the President of the United States. Could you imagine someone supporting Barack Obama in his day and then getting probation for it? No, you couldn't, because that would be impossible. All right? No, but now this is Donald Trump, and he's a so-called racist, even though that's the farthest thing from the truth. Okay, well, yeah, now everybody's a racist, all right? And you deserve probation for that. 5-year-old gets dream job at Chick-fil-A for a day. And that's just adorable, all right? Chick-fil-A is awesome. I just got to let you know, I ate at Chick-fil-A just a couple hours ago, all right? Chick-fil-A is awesome, and I don't want to even hear nothing else. 5-year-old gets a dream job. That's adorable. Father of Parkland shooter victim claims new book being ignored. Of course it's being ignored. The media now is keeping the truth from the people. No, they've been keeping the truth from the people over and over and over again. And thank you very much, and I mean that sincerely, Andy Pollock. All right, latest LGBTQ DTF outrage, people spitefully eating at Chick-fil-A. Hey, guess what? I just ate at Chick-fil-A a couple hours ago. I ate there because it's damn delicious, dude. I can't even believe it. And they give me the food so fast that I can't even believe it. All right, that's why I ate there. But also, I ate there out of spite, and I really mean it. All right, all y'all LGBTQ WTFs. I have no problem with anybody, but however, I'm going to eat at Chick-fil-A all I want to, and it's nothing that you can do to stop me about that. Judge forced off bench after online posting of news, Make America Great Again. I don't have too much insight on that, but I wanted to mention that because that sounds very drastic and radical. I don't know what happened with that, and I don't have time to find out about that. School shooting survivors slam disgusting bullet hole hoodies. Let me tell you something. Everything that these people are doing that is anti-gun is disgusting and shameful, right? Just real briefly. But secondly, I want to point out, while we have a moment, if you have bullet holes, so-called, that you're designing into your hoodies, all right? What I got to point out, the obvious, all right? That totally eliminates the reason for a hoodie. The reason that people wear hoodies typically is because it's cold outside, right? If you have holes in your hoodie, the cold wind is going to blow through your hoodie. That is unbelievably retarded. That makes absolutely 100% no sense, all right? It's completely negative in sense. It does not make any sense. All right, but they did it anyways, because they're not talking about making sense, y'all. Warren gets stumped by Colbert when pressed on the middle-class tax hikes to fund Medicare for all. Hey, I don't agree with either one of these people at all, but even Stephen Colbert has to call Warren out for being just completely over the top retarded. All right, Aisha Argento, if you remember, we were talking about her a long time ago. She's a witch, and she'll accuse people of all sort of things, and it doesn't matter. She doesn't need proof. She's actually going ahead and molesting, allegedly, young minor males and stuff, and getting away with it, and then accusing everybody else of doing it, even though it's probable that she did it herself. She's a disgusting monster. All right, Aisha Argento is stronger than before in her bikini snap, and she flexes tone figure in return to social media. First of all, everything about that is disgusting, and then I actually saw the picture, and if you go ahead and Google it, you'll see the picture as well. She looks like a man in a bikini top, and I'm not exaggerating. All right, California ban on school suspensions invites another Parkland. That might seem hyperbolic, but guess what? No, that's exactly true. Basically, what this guy right here, Gavin Newsom, is trying to do is create a sense of lawlessness, complete, utter lawlessness in California. He's literally trying to do that, y'all. Pennsylvania state senator resigns amid child pornography investigation. And hey, color me shocked. Color me shocked, y'all guys. In Pennsylvania? Are you serious? Child pornography investigation? Oh, no, he's got to be completely innocent, you guys. 14th case of West Nile virus confirmed in El Paso. That might sound like a serious deal to y'all. All right, it sounds very serious to me. It's all up in my state. Justin Trudeau, I know you've seen this. Oh, man, I don't even know how much more time we have. Oh, man, we're running out of time, y'all. But Justin Trudeau wore brown face, and oh gosh, It never ends. Here, I'm going to tell you, I don't even want to talk about Justin Trudeau and how absurd this looks, but every little politician that wants to grab your guns and who wants to call you a Nazi and a Hitler, guess what? They all have pictures of them doing brownface and blackface all over the place. And guess what? They're just hoping and praying that it doesn't come to light. I'm here to tell you, he drew up plans for an Antifa slaughter and then got invited to a national radio show. I don't know what the heck that means, right? I don't know what the heck that means, but that sounds terrible. Massage therapist who accused Kevin Spacey of groping dies mysteriously. Oh, yeah. Very mysterious. There's Justin Trudeau again, looking like just pretty much unforgivable. The next recession will be the last. Here, check this out at the bottom. I hope that they're lying completely about this, but smart faucets and smart toilets use Alexa to listen to your conversations. Who in the world would want a smart faucet, you guys? Who in the world would want a smart toilet? I can't even say anything else about that. Can't even say anything else. This is going to be very important. Here's the thing. We just had, what's his name? Jeffrey Epstein. He just got suicided. Oh no, he committed suicide. So yeah, sure, I believe it. Dem donor Ed Buck arrested after third man's overdose. Charged with operating West Hollywood drug house. I'm here to tell you, it looks very bad for Ed Buck. You might not know this because the news just doesn't hardly bring it up, but Ed Buck over the past year and a half has had two different black Americans, two different ones, die in his apartment from overdosing, and it looked very suspicious. He got off scot-free for that, and you wouldn't believe it, the news didn't hardly bring it up, but guess what? Someone else almost died in his house within a year and a half. We're talking about 3 people. 3 separate incidents. The third one almost died and actually survived. Thank the Lord, because Ed Buck is a sick man, and he's very close friends with Hillary Clinton. So here's the thing. They should put him on suicide watch for real. And they shouldn't even be playing with it at all. Let me tell you something. If I was Donald Trump, I would stop at nothing to make sure Ed Buck stays in jail and stays the safest man in America. We need to hear some names, Ed Buck. There's a picture of Ed Buck, by the way. Looking all shameful. Hey, guess what? It's a sick Twilight Zone type story. If you look into it, it's the sickest story you'll ever hear about in your life when you're talking about Ed Buck. This person needs to be the safest man in America. He needs to spill the beans. He needs to start saying names. And one of those names needs to be Hillary Clinton. And I'm talking about quick, fast, in a hurry. Health fears prompt Swiss 5G revolt. Oh, man, there's some health concerns about 5G. I'm here to tell you. Bugged out deadly super mosquitoes that are even tougher accidentally created by scientists over bungled experiment. That might sound like science fiction, y'all. We live in science fiction. They videoed his death after brawl. Teenagers gawked at boy laying dying. Let me tell you something about the youth. Not only are they the most depressed people you've ever seen in your life, but they also have no feelings. They have no remorse. Some of them, not all of them, but there's some of them who will kill you just as soon as look at you in a gang of hoodlums. All right, period. This is actually an old news story, and I took a picture and I sent it to one of my good friends because he wasn't aware that, yeah, this has been a thing for a while. This is one of the most funniest. If you're only listening to me, take a quick look at the screen right now. One of the most funniest pictures I ever seen in my life. And one of the saddest, most pathetic pictures I ever seen in my life. All right, Ilhan Omar deletes 2013 post that revealed her father's name. Oh, guess what? That post kind of revealed that she married her brother. She's all sort of a fraud. Either that or she's very much into incest, and I'm sorry about that, but she's an ugly, nasty person. All right. Here's one thing that just is breaking news. You might want to go ahead and look into this. And I don't have much time to talk about it all. We've covered Aaron Carter at great extent over the past years on this channel. I don't know what's alleged and what's real, you guys. But my gut instinct tells me to believe Aaron Carter on this one. My gut instinct tells me to believe it, in which his older brother Nick of the Backstreet Boys went ahead and sexually abused him since forever, right? And his sister, when this is alleged, when she was off of her medications, which to include lithium and everything else, when she was off her medications, she actually suffered side effects to where she didn't know what she was doing, and she also sexually abused Mr. Aaron Carter. This is alleged. I totally probably have a lot of reason to believe Aaron Carter on this one. All right, that's just my gut feeling, and that might sound like a horror story to you, and it should. All right, it's very terrible. All right, we just got to end this up because we have already spent way too much time anyways. Triple O operator spoken to after asking caller if he was allegedly attacked was an idiot. All right, when I say that you need to protect yourself, because guess what? Probably you're not going to get protected by the police. Whether or not they want to protect you really doesn't make a difference. I totally mean it. I totally mean it. You need to get strapped up and you need to protect your family if in fact you are a man. All right. If you are a man, and if you're a lady and you stand against gun rights and stuff, that's because you do not have a man in your house. You married a little boy and he can't even protect you. That's why you stand against gun rights. All right, period. I don't even have much time to go over it, but we're gonna play we're gonna play the audio real quick because we have the audio on the phone call. Let's go ahead and refresh this so that it'll play correctly. And that's going to be the last thing we leave out on. And actually, we're going to cover this in great extent, hopefully tomorrow. All right, while I have a little bit more time because I'm running out of time. All right, let's see if it pops up. Hopefully, it pops up right now. All right, but you're going to want to hear this phone call in which a man's being attacked. It's very legitimate, and he wants to get help.
77065.
Thank you. Go ahead. You've got the police.
Yeah, look, I've got 3 guys attacking me. Throwing rocks at me, threatening to kill me.
Have you run us once already before today?
Yes.
And what advice were you given?
I wasn't given any advice. It cut out.
Right. Where are you?
Underwood.
Right, so you're home, are you?
Yes.
Okay. And are these people in your house?
Well, no, they were hanging around. I've chased them off, but they're coming back.
Why are they chasing you?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you must know. You don't have people chasing you for no reason.
Oh, they had some idea that I'd gone and done something stupid. I don't know.
And what was your name?
My name's Mark Scully.
Right. Then is your house all locked up?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, it's going to take us quite a while to get someone out to you. Why were they chasing you?
They thought that they were saying that I don't know, that I was doing something.
How were they chasing you?
They were chasing me, throwing rocks at me, threatening to kill me.
On foot?
Yes, no, they've got a car. They're about to leave, I think.
Well, were you on foot?
Yes.
Right. So where did they chase you from?
Look, I'm just going to go and get their car reg.
No,
stop. They came to my house.
So why are you puffing if all you were doing was sitting inside while they were outside?
They've been chasing.
Are you at... Look, I'm not going to send anyone if you don't answer my questions. Are these people at your house now?
Yes.
And are they in a car outside?
Yes.
What sort of car is it?
I'm trying to see.
Excuse me?
Oh, look.
What are you doing?
I was running.
Yeah, well, stay inside. Are you an idiot? You're saying that they're chasing you and now you're running after them. Is that right?
No.
Well, go back to the house, stay there, and I'll send someone out as soon as we have someone free. Make sure the house is all locked and don't go outside. If they come back, then ring us. All right? Thank you.
All right, y'all. That was the absolute legend. I'm talking about Paul Bunyan status. That was Maitre Mark, Mr. Mark Scully, absolute legend, and I'll knock you in the nose for saying any different. All right. If you couldn't understand that, basically he was begging for the police, the operator. He was begging for them to give him some sort of help because people were threatening his life. All right. And meanwhile, all she had the nerve to do was turn around and call him an idiot. All right. And his life was at risk. Oh, but that doesn't matter. And guess what? She's going to be talked to about that. Oh, yeah, she's going to be talked to about it, about her calling someone an idiot, although they're begging for their freaking life to be preserved. And that's the whole point of the emergency phone system. That is the whole point of it. And this lady, all she could do is call him an idiot. That's amazing. All right. And if you want to see it, it's at the Bar Desert Times and covered by Emily Jarvie. God bless you, Emily Jarvie, for covering that. And that's all we have time for. We've already spent too much time, but I'll talk to y'all a little bit tomorrow. And I'll holler at y'all, and I appreciate y'all.